my name is Amber Calderon and this is my first neutral makeup tutorial. I'm using mostly MAC Cosmetics, but I'm also using some brands from Walgreens and Target, so you can be they're a little bit more accessible. I'm starting off with using Embark from MAC. It's an eyeshadow that I'm using on my eyebrows. I'm using very short strokes to kind of mimic the growth of my actual hair. And I'm using a short angled eyeliner brush for my eyebrows. And now this is Painterly. This is an eyeshadow primer. It's a paint pot from MAC. And I just dip my middle finger in the paint pot and just kind of dab around my eyes. And this actually allows for a smooth canvas for the rest of my eyeshadow that I'll put on. It's going to keep my eyeshadow in place. It's also going to lighten the color of my eyelids, which is going to enhance the pigment. The first eyeshadow I like to use is called Soft Brown. I'm using a natural horsehair fluffy brush, and I go ahead and dip it in the soft brown, and I only put it in the crease of my eyelid very softly and kind of blend outward. This is the base of all of my eyeshadow that I use for any color combination. So now that my soft brown is finished, I'm going to go ahead and use the paint palette from Lorac, the unzipped version, and I'm going to start with Unbridled. That's the darkest brown that they have in this palette. I'm using a marker tipped type of smudge brush. It's a MAC 210 brush, and I go ahead and start with my bottom lid. I'm kind of doing a soft liner with that. And once I'm finished with lining the bottom line of my lids, I go ahead and kind of make a little angled tip upward toward the end of my eyebrow. You'll see I make this little wing up, and I'll do that on both sides. And this kind of shows me a little guide of how I'm going to cut into the crease. So now I'm using the same brush and I kind of cut into the crease to make that contour. And to soften that up, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the MAC brush 230. It's kind of a all-purpose eyeshadow tool that I use. And I use this to kind of fill in what I just did with the marker smudge brush. Now I take my blender brush. This is a MAC 247. It's a very fluffy natural hair brush, and I hold it at the end of the brush and make very soft circular motions, kind of like a windshield wiper in a sense. And I just smudge it out and make it very nice and smooth, and make sure you take your time blending. This is the part that's very important. Now I'm going to use a sketch to go ahead and deepen in my crease. I love this color. As you can see, it's nearly used up. I'm going to use the same smudge brush, the 210, to line my lower lash line, do the wing up, and cut over into the crease. And same technique as before. Then I will use the 230 brush to enhance that color, and then I will use my 247 to even it out and blend it all through. point, I think the eyeshadow looks very nice, and you can go ahead and put eyeliner and mascara on it right now. But because it's the holidays, I like to add a little shimmer. So just in the very center of your eyelid, I'm putting Unbelievable, which is a rose gold shimmer from the Lorac Unzipped palette. And I'm putting that right in the center of my eyelid, just to add a little bit of sparkle, and it actually helps blend all of the colors together. When you leave it matte, the way I had it before, you can easily see a few flaws. And here I'm using a highlighter color just in the tear ducts of my eyes to give you that bright, awake look. And blend through. So this is the Super Skinny Eye Marker from NYX Cosmetics, and this is one of my new favorite finds. It is literally a sharp marker, and you just go ahead and use it like any other liquid eyeliner. I am going to skip this step because it seemed very impossible to do this on film, but I went ahead and put on the eyeliner, winged it out a little bit, and used my favorite mascara, which is Voluminous False Fiber Lashes. This is something you can get from Target for about $8, and I put on about 4 coats because it actually lengthens and thickens your eyelashes with every coat. It's my absolute favorite. This is another Target find. This is the Magic Nude L'Oreal foundation. I used to use the MAC Match Master 5.0, which I still use sometimes, but I find it to be a little bit heavy for everyday use. The Magic Nude is very nice for daily use, and it's very natural. So I just use my dual fiber brush and buff it on my skin. Now that my foundation is on, I like to use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Powder. I am nearly out, but I just use a little bit. This actual compact has lasted me over a year. So I just use a little bit with a contour brush in the hollows of my cheeks. Very naturally, it just gives a very nice glow and adds a little bit of contour. So just a little bit on the cheeks, and then I also like to use some on the top of my forehead to contour that a little bit as well, and under my neck. And then I use Sunbask Matte Sheer Tone Shimmer Powder, and this is a really nice natural looking blush. I use it with a big fluffy brush. Now it's time for lip liner. I'm using Burr MAC Cream Stick Liner. This is my absolute favorite. It matches my lips totally, so it's really natural and I can use it with almost any lipstick. I follow my lips perfectly. I don't really like to stay outside of my lip line. I feel like it doesn't look as natural. Just be happy with what God gave you. And now I'm going to go ahead and use MAC Bombshell Frost lipstick. And this is a cool pinky gold tone. It's kind of shimmery. And I got this one free by turning in 6 canisters to MAC. If you have, 6 empty eyeshadows or foundation bottles or lip glosses, you can turn them in and they will give you a free lipstick, lip gloss, or eyeshadow. So, recycle. It's a nice deal. I could leave this as is, but I like to add a little bit of shimmer. I'm using Lychee Luxe MAC Lip Glass, This is a really bright coral, so I just add a tiny bit in the center part of my lip. And you're all set. So I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you have any questions, please message me and I'd be happy to help you. Happy holidays!